The life of a prisoner. The life of the prisoner is a hard one. With strict rules and regulations, prisoners are expected to abide by the regulations of the correctional facility they are living in. From the moment they wake up until the moment they go to sleep, prisoners are subject to routine and order. This video will explore what a typical day in the life of a prisoner looks like and how it compares to life outside the prison walls. Before we move forward, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to like and subscribe for future interesting videos. Waking up. The daily routine of a prisoner starts early in the morning, with prisoners waking up at the same time each day, often before sun rises. A bell or other similar sound signals for prisoners to get out of bed and start the day. The prisoners must rise and dress quickly, making sure they are ready for the day's activities. Depending on the facility, they may be allowed a few minutes to brush their teeth and use the restroom before lining up for breakfast. Breakfast. The life of the prisoner begins with breakfast. Prisoners are typically given a cereal bar, a packet of oatmeal, and a cup of instant coffee or tea to start the day. In some places, toast or eggs may be available. Eating in the cafeteria is usually done quickly with few words exchanged among prisoners. Eating time is meant to be kept short and orderly, as everyone has other tasks to attend to throughout the day. Work. For those living the life of the prisoner, the day often begins with work. Depending on their security level, prisoners may be required to take part in various manual labor tasks or educational and rehabilitative programs. These activities may include sorting through donations, landscaping, maintenance, or academic and vocational courses. Other work opportunities may include participating in trade programs such as auto repair or woodworking, which allows prisoners to build marketable skills for when they are eventually released. The goal of these programs is to keep prisoners busy and productive during their incarceration, helping to prepare them for a successful return to society. Lunch. For the prisoners, lunchtime is a reprieve from their monotonous work routines. Although the food options are limited in a prison environment, the inmates are typically given a hot meal during the midday break. The life of the prisoner can be particularly difficult at lunchtime, as the prisoners must share communal tables and cannot choose where they sit. This creates an uncomfortable environment for some inmates who may feel excluded or judged by their peers. Lunch is also a time for socializing, with inmates discussing their day or talking about topics of mutual interest. Despite the lack of privacy and difficulty of the situation, many inmates look forward to the midday break as a much-needed moment of respite in their daily routine. After lunch, the prisoners return to the cells and go about their regular activities. For some, this involves exercise, reading, or job training. For others, it's simply hours of waiting in solitary confinement. As the afternoon drags on, the guards begin conducting roll call before dinner. The prisoners line up against the walls of the cell block and answer questions from the guards regarding their whereabouts throughout the day. The roll call process is tedious but necessary. It helps the guards keep track of who is where and when. After roll call comes dinner, which often feels like more of the same but serves as yet another reminder that the life of the prisoner can be just as mundane and uninspiring as any other job. Free time. Free time is the only time during the day when prisoners can be alone and relax. In some prisons, prisoners have a few hours of free time in the evening after dinner. During this time, prisoners can read, watch television, talk with other inmates, write letters, or just sit and reflect on their lives. Prisoners can use this time to take their minds off of the reality of their incarceration, but they must remain vigilant and aware of their surroundings. Inmates can make friends during this time, but they must also be mindful of who they are talking to and what they are discussing. It's important to stay focused and make sure the conversation stays appropriate. The life of the prisoner is often a lonely one, and free time is often their only opportunity to make connections and build relationships. Even though it may be brief, it can provide some solace and comfort from the harsh reality of being incarcerated. Dinner. For prisoners, dinner is an important event of the day, providing a necessary break from the monotony of their day-to-day life. Dinner in the prison is a communal affair and is typically served shortly after lunchtime. The meals are usually made up of a main course, such as a stew or casserole, as well as side dishes like bread, salad, and vegetables. The food is generally nutritious, filling, and plentiful. The dining room is often a place of conversation, camaraderie, and relaxation for the prisoners. Meals are an opportunity to socialize with other inmates, trade stories about their experiences in prison, discuss current events, or just take a moment to relax. This time can be vital in maintaining mental health in the life of the prisoner, providing a much-needed respite from the tedium and stresses of life behind bars. After dinner, some will find solace in the library or chapel where they may read religious texts, books on history, politics, or the law, or even pursue educational courses. Others will seek recreation by playing board games, exercising, engaging in physical sports such as basketball and handball, or participating in organized activities sponsored by the facility. Additionally, the prison's TV room provides entertainment through access to popular television shows, documentaries, sports broadcasts, and more. In the later hours of the evening, the routine continues until it's time for bed. Before hitting the pillow, many prisoners will wind down by writing letters to family members and loved ones, discussing hopes and dreams of the future when they'll be reunited outside the walls of the prison. The passing of days quickly becomes the new normal in the life of the prisoner, and the only hope is that each one will bring them closer to freedom. Lights out. At the end of each day in the life of a prisoner, lights out is the signal for all prisoners to go to sleep. This time marks the end of all activities in the prison, from work and meals to recreation. With darkness settling in, prisoners go to their cells and attempt to rest until the following morning. While some prisoners might find it difficult to fall asleep due to the loud sounds of other inmates or the stress of their situation, others are able to drift off into a peaceful slumber. Lights out is the last step in the daily routine of the life of a prisoner before they begin again the next day. For those without the privilege of having their own cell, this means sharing the space with another inmate. The two must figure out how to manage the limited space in order to both get the rest they need. After lights out, the hallway of the prison will become eerily quiet as the prisoners settle down for the night. Thanks for watching.